Hey everyone, thanks for trying to learn to play games. My name is Lance, and in today's video I'm doing an unboxing of the latest game I just got in from backing it on Kickstarter, Swords and Sorcery from Ares. This is a 1 to 5 player game that takes roughly 1 to 2 hours to play, and is a fully cooperative dungeon crawling adventure game. So in this one, you get to play heroes going through either a scenario or campaign trying to defeat the evil that is out in the world, trying to destroy everything. And so in this video, I'm going to unbox all the stuff that I got. Now this isn't everything that was included in the Kickstarter, as there was all kinds of other options, but this is what I went ahead and selected, as there is a ton of content in this game. And this is the second game in this series, I believe, and there's been a ton of content in the original as well. So I'm going to show you all the cool stuff included in this. Also, with the core game, I'm going to have some 360-degree turntable close-up views of all the miniatures, or most of the miniatures included in this one. They are really nice and high detail, so I'm going to show you all those, as well as showing you everything included with these boxes. So as always, if you find these videos helpful, if you like what I do, please consider hitting that like button and subscribe to my channel. It's one of the easiest ways you can support channels like mine, so we can continue to grow and be able to produce this content. If you want to get notifications anytime I release new videos, also consider ringing that bell so you get notifications when I drop some new stuff. Also, let me know in the comments down below what else you want to see around this. If you'd like to see a teaching video, full playthroughs, any other types of videos that you're interested in, drop those in the comments and let me know. Also, give this video a like. That way then I know if you're also interested in seeing more content around this. And so let's go ahead and head to the table and we'll see what's in the box. All right, so let's start by digging into the core box here. All right, so I've taken off all the different things off the sprues, as there's a ton of different things with this one. So first off, we have all of the different tiles that you're going to use to create your different playing areas. So there's a ton of different ones here. All these have some really nice artwork to them. Some indoor and outdoor locations. We got some snow on the ground, it looks like, and some water. Kinds of different things here. Different chamber, almost looks like some stained glass going on there. Really neat. And looks like some Egyptian stuff going on, maybe a tomb of some sort. We have a little counter here that's pretty nice. You'll have to put that together. And then all the smaller tiles. Very nice. Okay, then we got some other jumbo, some crystals, different portal kind of thing, it looks like almost. Very cool. We have looks like an old room with a well in it, a workshop kind of thing. A statue in the corner, maybe a forge of some sort. Big chamber, all kinds of lightning and stuff going on there. A waterfall, looks like, could be. Massive tile. Some lava, potentially. Very, very cool. Spider webs. Portal. And a couple more boards there. So then we have the Book of Secrets. So this I'm of course not going to reveal too much. I don't want to spoil anything. And then we have the different heroes. So in the base set, these are very, very thin cardboard, or almost like paper. Not a big fan of these. As you'll see in the Kickstarter stuff, these are actually hard cardboard punch outs, which are really nice. So each one of the different characters, and they are double-sided, so depending upon which way you end up going, the light side or dark side will dictate what your hero does and what kind of abilities they have. We have a couple of the bosses in here. So, oh man, so she's kind of like a Naga. Very cool, and he's on a demon kind of creature there. From here we have, so there's a map and a storybook. So this is going to dictate our story throughout our adventure as we go through, and it'll trigger based on different things as we get to different points and whatnot. Again, I don't want to reveal too much of this. And then the rule book. So it's a hefty one again. This one comes in at 62 pages. So it's a big one. All right, so first off, we have our summary of all of our different things that are broken down. Introduction and component lists before the adventure, so kind of like a little bit of a startup there. And then we have our setup, or basically how it's going to work, and then traveling into the worlds, being able to use your map and buy and upgrade that, the different coins and terrain types that you're going to run into. And then it goes into line of sight and fog of war. And then the game sequence, so this is going to break down how the game is going to be played round to round. We have the event phase, story elements, quest end check. The heroes gives us a little breakdown of the heroes and how they are going to work, how you'll set them up, and goes into detail about that. Then we have our adventure, how we can move around, our different powers. So just tons and tons of rules. The favorite part of board games, right? And then the combat system. So it's going to tell you how to fight all the different enemies. Gives some, looks like some pretty good examples there. And then some of the different tokens and items in the game. Quests, all that good stuff. All right, then we have the 2 different maps, so the different towns that you'll be able to find and what you'll be able to do while you're there. And then the massive one here, that's a really cool looking castle. And then we have another version of that. We have a rules reference, kind of a quick rules reference, lots of stuff there. From there, then we have a bunch of cards. So first off, these are the different enemy cards. Looks like, or maybe the bosses or whatnot. It's been a while. I played this game a long time ago with the original edition, so I'm a little rusty on some of this, so I do apologize with some of that. But these are some of the different enemies you'll be fighting in the game. And then you have all the different tokens, and there is a ton of tokens with this one. This will give Fantasy Flight a run for their money. There is an absolute massive amount of tokens with this, as you're going to see. I was able to stash those away in bags, and those are hiding below. And then we have our dice with this one. There's 2 colors again. And some additional things. We have extras for that, and then all of our different dials for our heroes. Again, this is double-sided depending upon the choices you make, and will give your different levels and some of your different stats. So your health, maybe your attack, and a couple other things on there, which I don't remember what those were. And then we have all of the different cards. So there's a ton of cards included in this as well. So each one of our characters has different abilities and skills that it's going to gain throughout the game. Again, based on if you choose the light or dark side. So that's where all of these are going to come in. And we have our Brotherhood and Faith Guardian, so some different characters or NPCs we might be able to run into, quest guys, some fighters and clerics, and then different additional quests. These are all listed at the bottom there, so different items and things you're going to find along the way. And traps, so different trap cards that you're going to run into, spawn, all kinds of nasty things, teleporting, venomous, alarm, and some of the different armors you're going to get throughout the game, and different things that you can purchase at the market maybe, or items you'll be able to find, treasure, yep, those are different treasure cards, so all kinds of different cool things you'll be able to equip your heroes with, and then more items that you'll have, so the more treasures. And then the second set of cards that we have here, if I can get them out of here. These are, so more talents in that. And then we have event cards, so all the different events. I don't want to reveal too many of those. Some enemies there. These got mixed up a little bit, looks like. So enemy powers, so the enemies will kind of get boosted throughout the game, I think. And some additional stuff for our heroes. All the different types of items you'll be able to get throughout the games. Weapons and all that good stuff. And we have our encounter, so there's a little encounter deck that we'll run into different things. and then our enemy deck. So with each one of these, they're color coded. So each scenario, if I remember correctly, will tell you which enemies you're going to be facing, and then you'll draw them from a deck, and you'll place them in front of those heroes, and that's when those enemies will activate. And the hero that has them will control and move them around and follow the sequence that they are going to do based on these cards here. And they will go through and tell you how to act with that enemy. All right, so that takes care of that. And then finally, we have the miniatures. And like I said, I have all my tokens stashed in here as well, which is really handy. Otherwise, it would be hard to get them all in there. So these are all individually wrapped in bags. So and like I said, there is an absolute ton. I would almost challenge you to find a Fantasy Flight game that has more tokens in it. There is an absolute massive amount of tokens here for all kinds of different things. There are more coming. We got tons of them along here. There they all are. Tons of tokens. So, yes. And then all of the miniatures with this one. So there's all kinds of cool stuff here. So we have our different heroes, and I'll have the 360 degree already running probably at this point, and showing you all the cool miniatures and the detail with these. These are looking pretty good. There's all kinds of really neat detail on all of the heroes. Oh, there's my dwarf. All right. He's so cool. The shield's got tons of detail on it, both sides. Very nice. And then we have all the different enemies, and again, there's going to be different colors of enemies and whatnot. And we have our big guys up here, our bosses and whatnot, in the purple and the red, and then our standard enemies in blue and green. So that is everything included in the base set. All right, next I have the Northwind Tales, and this is the other big box with this one, introducing all kinds of different things, campaign expansion. And this will take you from 3 to 7 heroes, it looks like. So again, with this one, some more tiles with this. Looks like we're out in the wilderness this time. Yep, we got different campfires and all that kind of stuff. Potentially some log cabin type stuff. We have all the different walls on the sides there. Very cool. Small boats, always handy. Trees, different environments, different statues and things. We have our Book of Secrets again. Don't want to reveal that. And all the different location tiles. Beautiful art on these. I love these tiles. Really, really cool. Oh man, nice. And we got almost like a galaxy portal there, throwing somebody into the other worlds. Yep, there's the other half. Very cool. And some more there. Our large tile again, like a throne room almost looks like. And more different types of portals to different worlds, maybe it looks like. Okay, so then we have our storybook. And then in there I have our different characters. So another enemy potentially we're going to be running into and whatnot. Some big guys. And our Northlands map. And our quick reference guide for that. Again, we have more of our cards and all that stuff. I'm not going to pop open. Tons and tons of tokens. And then our big nasty boss that we're going to be potentially running into. And then let's take a look and see what kind of guys we got here. Yes, I have not bagged up those tokens yet. And all of our new enemies in there. So we got facing against some different wolves. It looks like some dryads up there. A couple of new characters that we can play. And some potentially some angels or whatnot that we're going to be fighting. Some undead looking guys. Viking kind of guys. Very, very cool. Big rock monster. And this guy on a horse is awesome. His spear's a little bent, but that can be fixed pretty easily with some hot water. Next, we have the Myths of the Arena, and this is a campaign and PvP expansion for soul rank 1 through 7 heroes. This is a smaller box, and this looks like, yep, you're going to set up an arena. So you got all your different tokens there for that, or tiles for that. And these will slide together, creating the 2 different arenas that we're going to be seeing. Very cool. And so the different statues of the great gladiators of the past. We have our Book of Secrets, some new boss level characters, very cool, like a lion warrior, and just a heavily armored kind of guy there, and more tokens. We have all of our different cards for this one. Yep, tons and tons of tokens. They love their tokens. All right, that's everything in that one. And finally, the Kickstarter massive box. So first off, I have one set that was off to the side. This is the Northwind Tales Challenge set. So this will add some more enemies in here of the different colors, and there are different cards and all that as well. And we have our 2 different colored enemies in there, and then there are more cards for that. So adding a little bit more challenge to your games. Next, the massive Kickstarter box. So this is all of the extra stuff for this. So we have some sorting things for our stash of our heroes. As we level up in that, we can keep them in our little boxes. We have another dice bag with some extra dice in it. Old school, the original colored dice, it looks like. And some additional cards, maybe some challenges, remembrances, and whatnot. So maybe some different things we can achieve throughout our games. And then, like I said, all of the hero cards. So these are really nice, thick punchboard tiles for each one of the heroes. That's included in the core game, and then the other ones from the other expansions we covered, as well as our Kickstarter exclusive heroes that I'll be covering or be showing you as we get into them in here as well. So all of the different characters for this one. Okay, some additional cards there, and then we got some more there, some traits, and we have a organizer here for our different types of cards that we'll have, and this will be, you'll assemble that and put it together, and this is going to hold the cards as you play through the game. These are really nice, very cool. And we have the different separators for those, and then a ton of boxes here. So first off, we have our minions. So I did combine a couple of these. So we have our chaotic familiar set in here and the lawful set in here. So all the different models for that. All the little guys you can have tagging along to help you out. We got boars and owls, little dragons, falcons, and all kinds of cool stuff. And on the other side, we have all of the different minions you're going to be running into, different like crabs and spiders and all these little guys here, and almost like egg sacs and stuff. So really, really cool. Okay, so next we have our hero pack, Sigard. So each one of these is going to have their own set of tokens. And we have our 2 different types of heroes in here. So we have our male and female hero or versions of these. Each one of them has their own set of tokens and tiles. And the different heroes. So we can use these guys, it looks like, as enemies. And then there's their spectral forms, I think, or ghost forms. And then the heroes themselves. Next, we have the spawn gates and god altars. So some different models you can use for each one of those, and some more cards, treasure cards and whatnot. Very, very cool. We have another hero pack. So these are our like monks. So again, each one of them has their own set of tokens. And all the miniatures for that as well. Really, really cool. We have our Kickstarter set. So this is some additional models. We have some more enemies for that, like another enemy boss and whatnot. And you can use that as a hero as well. Very cool. Moving over, we have alternate ghost soul forms. So the different heroes in their alternate form. So some of the female or male versions, depending upon the alternate versions of them that are included in the base game. And we have soul forms for the other heroes. So these are the heroes that are included in the base game, the core game. And then we have the alternate hero set. So this will be, again, going back into the heroes. This will be all of the alternate forms for these guys. So we have female dwarf, the male kind of ranger, the female halfling, looks like, potentially, the male paladin, and maybe a shapeshifter or a rogue. And I am not sure on these, they don't have names or anything, but you get all of the figures for those as well. Then we have the Nemesis pack. So this is going to include all of the different characters as enemies. So you can use those as the different boss level characters, and you'll have all of their cards and that in there as well. So lots of different ways of playing with them. And then the challenge set. So this is the core challenge set. So this will include additional enemies and different colors for that set, and the 2 different types. And then all of their cards and all that for that. Okay, so then underneath all of that, we have some additional materials. So we have some errata that we've replaced some of the cards with that they messed up on. And we have a new Kickstarter coming as well, the Abysmal Legends Kickstarter. And then we have some additional sheets and legends for us. We have our Book of Secrets and storybook for this particular one. This is, can't really make out what that is. Arcane Portals booklets. Very cool. And then a Mighty Backer. So this will give us a little bit more on that. And our Under Rain map that we can use, as well as a new location to visit. That is a massive castle or town. Very, very cool. And a couple options there. And that's everything included in that set. All right, so that is everything included in that massive Kickstarter. Like I said, I didn't even back all of the stuff that they had for this one. I think there was like a big dragon and all kinds of other things as well. So hopefully you found this interesting. Let me know in the comments down below again if there's any other videos you want to see around this, whether it's some playthroughs, maybe a teaching video, which this one seems like it would be a little daunting. That is a massive rule book. But I remember playing this game in the past and had a lot of fun with it. So again, let me know what your thoughts are on this one. Is this one that you backed? Are you excited about this one? And again, what would you like to see around this one? Until next time, thanks again, and I will see you later.